You just haven't have enough days of experience of your life, enough days in business to win. I thought, well, how can I fix that? And here's how you can fix that. And I've adopted this now for almost 30 years.
The pain of lack of support, and she still experienced pain. It was right there. We can't get around it. Most people are governed by their habits, their fears, and the opinions of others.
But I know, cool, I'm going to learn from this, and that knowledge stacks. Your beliefs matter. And I have a belief, based on reality, by the way, that knowledge stacks.
I want the average people I compete against to think they have a 24-hour day. My days are 6 days long. So I want to teach you the concept of running mini days. My first day is from 6 a.m. to noon every day. That's a full day for me. So I try to get done a full day's work from 6 a.m. to noon because I no longer have a 24-hour day in my life. I have a 6-hour day. And so a day to me is that measure of time. It altered the complete direction of my life. It transformed who I am. So now from 6 a.m. to noon is a day. That's my first day. Every single week, 6 a.m. to noon, Monday morning. And what happens in that 6 a.m. to noon, there's a mental thing we have. I have a whole day to get all these things done. And so we stack and dictate and schedule our day over that 24-hour window of time.
A lot of people never try anything differently because they have been convinced by people in their lives that they value that they can't do it. They're living within the context of the opinions that other people have of them, the low expectations. Many people doubt themselves because when they thought about doing something at some critical point in their lives, somebody they respected and honored, somebody they believed in, somebody that they loved, someone they trusted said, you can't do that. And they accepted that.
You'd be surprised if you shrunk the day to 6 hours, you can get the same things done in those 6 hours you used to get done in 24. From noon to 6 p.m. is my second day. And in that second day, I fill it up with a full day's worth of fun, memories, meetings, phone calls, you name it, meetings with my relationships in my life. In that 6-hour day, I pack out another day. From noon to 6 p.m., I fill that day up. And my third day is 6 p.m. to midnight. And in that 6 p.m. to midnight, same thing. My relationships, my meetings, my phone calls, my emails, the work I do is a third day. And so what happened was when I was in my early 20s, I went from having 3 days in the same window of time when the average person had 1. And I started to accomplish triple what the average person was accomplishing. Now, once again, you stack up 3 days in 24 hours over a week, a month, a year. In just 1 year, I end up with over 1,000 days, and I'm competing against people who only have 365.
As you look at your life, ask yourself the question, what would your life be like? What would your life look like if you decided not to care what people thought of you? What would your life be like if you decided to give up some of your fears? What would your life be like if you decided to become courageous? What would your life be like? If you decided to act on your dream, if you did what you felt in your heart. You know what courageous means? Tom Rusk and Randy Reed said, they said that courage comes from a French word which means of the heart. But how does it feel to you? He says it's courage, it takes courage to live. Says most people go through life not allowing themselves to step out because they don't want to let go.
Think about the mind-blowing difference could be in your life if you ran mini days the rest of your life. I'm telling you right now that my days are 6 hours long. The amount of work you can get done, the amount of compounding that'll take place in your life, it's gonna blow your mind. When you start looking at your schedule, day 1 is 6 a.m. to noon. Day 2 is noon to 6 p.m. Day 3 is 6 p.m. to midnight. Your whole existence is going to change. It'll be kind of fun in the beginning. You'll mess it up, but you stack up a week or 2 and you do that for a month. Imagine that in 1 month getting 90 days. Think about what would happen in your life if in a month you had 90 days and the rest of the world, the average in your life, imagine that for a second. The rest of the world only had 30. And you stack that up over a year or 3 years, how different would your life be? And I'm telling you, I'm an example of how different your life would be. I'm an example of what that productivity and compounding in your life can look like.
So as I go out and fail, try things, learn, grow, I'm actually able to stack that knowledge and information because it all has utility. I'm improving my skill set, and now I'm able to do bigger and better things the next time. So when you think about making the most of this time, if you allow yourself to get overwhelmed by the uncertainty, then you're going to be paralyzed and you're not going to make good use of this time. Versus if you know what you want to be accomplishing, you know exactly what your goal is. You know, hey, 6 months from now, I want to be doing this. A year from now, I want to be doing this, whatever. You can't control what happens to the world. So literally shut that out of your mind. Build the skill set that you want to build that allows you to do the things you want to do at the end of 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years, whatever that is, however far out that you're looking. Skills have utility.
So I'm telling you, this ain't forever. And when you're doing something that don't last forever, you got to treat it differently. This don't last for 20. This don't last for 30. This might not even last for 10 for some of you. So you got to take full advantage of every single Sunday. And you only get 16. Oh, I'm sorry, they added one. I apologize. I'm old school, like Billy Sims. Old school. We're 16. So write down right now for me real quick. And maybe you're not going to answer this right now. But what do I want to be doing in my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, my 60s? And what you do today, every day when you walk in this joint, what you do today is going to determine how you live at 30, at 40, at 50, at 60. And y'all got a head start, man. Woo. My mom had to work at 4. She got pregnant with me at 17 years old. Mom had to work at 4 for 30 years. She probably ain't make what some of y'all gonna make in 2 or 3 years in 30 years.
Decide what that skill set is. And now we're going to spend the time building that because that is something that we can control. Any obstacle can be overcome, breaking things down into their constituent parts. That is the key. Whatever problem it is you're facing, if you stop and really break it down into things that you can execute on day by day and stop thinking about the end goal, which can often be overwhelming, and just look at what piece you can deal with right now today. And remember that action cures all. So when you're feeling paralyzed by indecision, when you've got so much anxiety, instead of giving into those feelings, you want to take some immediate action right now today to making progress towards your goal. So make sure you always know, I keep my important things list. Make sure you always know what you should be working on the moment that you have free time and just chip away at it. And eventually, with enough anger, with enough energy and passion and just indomitable will, you can overcome any obstacle.
So I'm proud of you. Whatever you had to do in high school, whatever you had to do in college, you did what you had to do and you got to this level. All I'm asking you is set the standard. Set the standard, right? Set the standard. I'm not, listen to me. You're a grown man. I would dare tell you to set the standard, but set one though. Set a standard. Well, Jamal, we just left from Dubai. They said, man, if you haven't been there, go. They set the standard, y'all. Like any place, let me tell you what I hate about Dubai. This is my second chance going. What I hate about Dubai is coming back to America. You go to Dubai and you come to the Four Seasons garbage. The Four Seasons look like doggone Holiday Inn Express. They got the 6 tallest buildings there. Everything they do, like they pick you up in the 740. The taxi cab driver is picking you up in the 745 LI.